A few years ago, when I used to work in that corporate setting, we had a lot of my colleagues sort of doing these standing desks, and we started to, maybe influence other people within the office to start doing so, because we felt that you're a little bit more energized and that sort of thing when you're standing throughout the day rather than sitting all day. Now, some studies have come through that would show that they're not really, like, standing desks are not that much more energy consuming. Doesn't mean that you don't burn that many more calories, and they're not having an effect on cardiovascular health. So it's not improving your heart and that sort of thing. And that makes sense because you're actually not moving. But what we did find, at least anecdotally, is that if you're standing, you're only ever one step away from going for a walk, getting some steps in, getting a break in terms of moving your feet. There's less inertia to stop moving. And there's less activation energy needed to get moving, right? So you're sort of in this state where you're not fully seated, so you're not likely to stay seated, and you're standing, so you're more likely to start moving a little bit more. So although you're not going to necessarily improve your heart health, and this whole sitting is the new smoking idea, yes, sitting too much, being sedentary is an issue, but unfortunately standing is not going to make a large difference in your cardiovascular health, but it might be a behavioral influence. So the more you're standing, the more likely you're going to be able to walk around. You're going to start to feel your feet a little bit more. You can start to improve your feet by being consciously grounded. So there's sort of like triggers and mental jumping off points for an argument for standing a little bit more and having a standing desk. But so far, the research has not been showing that that's going to make a big difference in your cardiovascular health. Of course, what's going to make an improvement? You need to get active, right? We need to get into that 4 to 6 out of 10 intensity, 10 being the most intense you can go. Quite often the week, about 150 minutes in total through the week should be helpful to start improving your health, but also reducing your risk of some of these things like cardiovascular disease. So my argument is still to try to install a standing desk to get yourself moving, keep your shoulders a little bit more straight, you get better posture, you're going to maintain some of that kind of stuff, you're going to be more likely to walk. But unfortunately, we can't use it as a sort of a safety net in terms of our health. But it might be that little step it takes to reduce the amount of activation energy it takes to get more active and to get healthy.